So we're here with George Maroon Jr. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
We are here in a law office in Stoneham, Massachusetts, and they mainly practice immigration law. Is that correct?
Mostly immigration with an overlapping in criminal defense, because the two facets of the law are kind of interchanged now in society. So
excellent. We're in a social justice class where we are talking about the overlap of social justice and our immigration system in the U.S. First of all, what kind of cases do you typically see or take on here at this law office?
We do two types of cases. Number one, it would be the person who wants to do what they call a straight adjustment. There's a visa available to them from a qualified person, and they'll do an application with USCIS, and with that application they'll adjust their status to that of a lawful permanent resident.
Okay.
If you're a person that came with a visa and you marry a U.S. citizen, you can adjust your status to that of a lawful permanent resident and eventually naturalize to a U.S. citizen. On the flip side, we also defend aliens who are in removal proceedings. Pre-1994, it was called a deportation proceeding, but now they're called removal proceedings, where they try to remove you from the United States. And when aliens or respondents or immigrants are put into the court system, they're entitled to fight their removal back to their country of origin by filing applications for relief, either an I-589, an I-130, a cancellation of removal 42B application, a cancellation of removal, a different type of 42B application, all different types of relief. So that's what we do for them in federal court.
Okay. Do you think, through your practice, do you think that the time it takes for someone to become legal is a fair, or in other words, is socially just?
Let me tell you, on the issue of social justice, the immigration system right now in the United States is totally broken. It takes too long for people to get their applications processed. The different work facilities or sites of applications that are sent are overloaded, and they're transferred to other offices. The immigration system is broken. And to go back to the Constitution of the United States, everybody on U.S. soil is entitled to the same protections: due process and equal protection. I'd make the argument to you, as a U.S. citizen, why can you do something and it take a short amount of time, but a person who's not a U.S. citizen takes something that's 3 times the amount of time? It's a violation of the Constitution. Therefore, it's a violation of due process. Therefore, it's a violation of equal protection, which means everybody on the U.S. soil should be treated equally, and it's not just or socially just, as your class is, that people are not treated the same.
Wow. And if we can talk about the economy for a second relating to immigration, what do you think this country would be like without the immigration labor force?
Well, we definitely know that immigrants came into this country in the early 1900s or late 1800s and in effect built the United States. Going to modern times, the 20th century, 21st century, there would be a big impact on if there wasn't the amount of illegal immigrants in this country, because they are, number one, the majority. Now I say majority because I can't say all, are hard workers who just want to have a better life. And they think that by having a better life is to work hard. So I think this country would be in a bad spot or a bad situation if we didn't have immigrants here working throughout the United States.
Wow. And one more thing, just to finalize our interview, George, do you think that, I guess I see you guys as a link between the law and the people. And do you think that it is hard to find the people who really should be helped, in our immigration system versus the people that are here that give reason to the others?
I understand what you're saying. Like I said, the majority of immigrants here deserve, now that's a big word, deserve a chance to become legalized. The majority. And do I think it's hard to find them? Yeah, I do, because a lot of them are too scared to do something, are too afraid to come out of the shadows and pursue the American dream because they don't want to be sent back to their home country. They've been here, we've had clients here since 30, 25 years without a driver's license, without a social security number. And to me, that's a complete social injustice because how can somebody be in the United States that long and work that hard and have nothing to show for it?
Yeah.
It's a shame. Now, going back to the ones that don't deserve it, we represent criminal defendants, and there are some immigrants that come to this country who don't deserve to become legalized because they don't respect the laws of the United States. And those are the people that, you see those on some of the news sometimes, illegal immigrant does this, illegal immigrant does that. That's just a small percentage of the illegal immigrants in this country. The majority deserve a reformation of the immigrant system, and the majority of the immigrants here in the United States deserve social justice, which would be a path to legalization.
Excellent. Where do you think people can go? Maybe a website or maybe a resource where they can find out more?
USCIS.org is a good website to check out because it talks about things that are coming up in the system, you know, with U.S. immigration. Also, any website on immigration referendums, immigration reform, follow blogs and things like that. You might find something that at least give you some hope. But don't follow everything you read on the internet. If you want good advice, consult an attorney, and the attorney will direct you in the right direction, like we do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for meeting
It's
with
a
us.
pleasure meeting you as well.
Thank you.